All right, so you've been to Mekay Beach, you've been to Hoi An. Now how about these 5 places that Vietnamese really like to see when they visit Danang, including Namo Fish Sauce Village. Five places locals like to see in Danang is made possible by a collaboration with Safety Wing Nomad Medical Travel Insurance. We're starting this adventure that gets you away from the obvious places of interest and, in some cases, closer to the unfiltered Danang, like Namo Village. The famous fish sauce producing village of Namo is located in Linh Chiu district on the way to the Hai Van Pass. We're beginning the visit to Namo with a walk on its Instagram famous beach. Many Vietnamese IG influencers and selfie seekers eager to elevate their presence on social media visit here for a picture standing on its mythical green moss-covered rocks. But wait a minute, where's all the moss? So normally, depending on the time of year, these rocks are covered in green moss, and it's a place that locals love to come and take pictures, do selfies. But because we're in the dead of summer here, no such luck, no green. But a beautiful sight nevertheless. Dinh Ban Namo, also known as Am Linh Temple, is one of the main worship temples of the village. This temple honors soldiers who lost their lives battling the French in the 19th century. Worship is deep in this village, with many temples, including one dedicated to the whale god. Namo has been making fish sauce since the 18th century and is considered one of the highest quality fish sauces in the country. So we're just walking into the village now. We're going to check out some people who are making, at least processing the fish for fish sauce. And we can already smell that fish in the air. It's quite strong. Actually, right behind Brian here is just a whole pile of fish being dried out in the sun. Fish sauce production was on the decline after reunification in 1975, and villagers turned to producing firecrackers to earn a living. When the government banned firecrackers in 1994, the village reverted back to producing fish sauce. Many people also dry fish to sell commercially. This woman is stirring dried fish to separate the heads and scales from the final product that will be sold. Many families have been making fish sauce for generations in the village. We visit Mr. Phu's shop to find out more about how fish sauce is made and the history of how Namo became a fish sauce village. We asked Mr. Phu how long his family has been in the business of making fish sauce.
Nhà mình cái nghề này là truyền từ nhiều đời trở lại. Đây và mình là đời thứ 4 rồi.
So Mr. Phu was telling us that he has 2 different stages or levels of quality, let's say quality or age for the fish sauce. One he ages for 12 months, one he ages for 24 months. But all of them go through this process of filtering, and that's what they're doing right here is they are filtering the remains of the fish out and just getting the sauce, which will then go into these big urns, and that's where they will start the aging process. So I'm here with Mr. Phu, whose family has owned this fish sauce company for generations. And I noticed a mural on the wall, and he is going to explain to us a little bit about the story behind this, because at one time it was the Cham people who owned the territory of this area. And there's a very interesting story behind it of a Cham king and a Vietnam princess. So maybe you tell us the story.
Khi năm 1306 hai người này kết hôn thì cái vùng đất này được làm sính lễ để tặng cho người Việt, và từ đó người Việt bắt đầu sinh sống ở cái vùng đất này. Và đây chúng tôi muốn gọi là đây là cái nền văn minh lúa nước của người Việt, người ta sống bằng cái văn minh lúa nước. Còn đây là thể hiện các cái công trình tiêu biểu của người Cham, các cái tháp của người Cham là thể hiện sự kết giao giữa hai cái luồng văn hóa đó vào. Và chúng ta hình dung là người Namo hiện nay vẫn còn một số nét để mà nó tương đồng giữa hai dân tộc. Và khi mà người Việt người ta tiến vào, càng ngày càng tiến vào phía Nam á, thì nó không còn cái đất thì nhiều như miền Bắc nữa, mà chúng ta phải nghĩ ra cái cách nào đó sinh hoạt. Ví dụ đi vào tới miền Trung thì cái đồng bằng nó nhỏ hẹp lại, nó không còn phì nhiêu, không có thể trồng trọt được nhiều. Do đó chúng tôi tiến ra biển để đánh bắt cái cá hải sản về. Và cái mùa này thì thời tiết nó thuận lợi, chúng ta có thể đánh bắt được rất nhiều hải sản. Tuy nhiên cái mùa mưa thì là chúng ta hoàn toàn không ra được mùa biển. Nên á, là ông và chúng tôi phải nghĩ cách là làm sao đó mà giữ lại các cái hải sản đó để mùa mưa sử dụng. Do đó là chúng nghĩ ra cái cách như phơi khô, như là làm nước mắm. Và cái thời tiết ở đây, cái thổ nhưỡng ở đây và cái hệ vi sinh vật ở đây nó rất là phù hợp với cái cách làm nước mắm, và tạo ra những cái sản phẩm nước mắm tiếng vua ngày xưa rất là nổi tiếng. Và Namo là cái vùng đất đầu tiên được công nhận là văn hóa phi vật thể cấp quốc gia về cái nghề làm nước mắm. Và chúng tôi hiện nay còn lưu giữ một số cái di tích của người Cham, giống như là cái giếng vung của người Cham thì chúng ta làm sát biển như vậy, nhưng mà mấy trăm năm là nó lại không bao giờ mất nước. Nước nó rất là ngọt và nó phục vụ cho cả cái vùng này sinh sống, cả cái hệ thống giếng Cham ở đây hiện nay đang rất là phổ biến. Một chút nữa thì mời bạn đi tham quan để cho biết một lần.
So this is the fish sauce that I purchased from Mr. Fu's shop, and this is the 24-month aged one, I think. So, I mean, I have no idea. I'm not exactly a fish sauce aficionado, but I'm just going to take a taste of this. And fortunately, I've saved a little top cap, so if you come to my house for dinner, I didn't put my mouth up to the bottle to take a tasting, just so you know. This is evidence. So I try a little bit of this. Whew. Well, that is strong, but very flavorful. You know, in this village, they use an anchovy that is special in Vietnam. It's called the long jawbone anchovy. And it's unique to this village. So I don't know what kind of flavor profile that has compared to other fish sauces in Vietnam, but this is definitely one that's very much sought out by Vietnamese in Vietnam. I really love Namo Village. It's so chill here, and I mean, I'm sitting in one of their boats and the guys don't mind. I've been lucky enough to have many experiences like this throughout Asia, and in the last decade I've been lucky enough to live in several cities in Asia as well. One of the most important things I've been lucky to have, though, is little to no medical issues or travel mishaps. However, I did have a problem several years ago in Taipei. I had something called a retinal detachment, very serious eye problem, and I had to have emergency surgery right away. Now, the main problem I had at the time was that I wasn't carrying any type of medical or travel insurance. Normally I did, but I just let it go, and I thought I'd be okay because nothing had happened on my travels at all, and I thought it wouldn't be any different, but this is what happens. And this is why it's really important to carry medical travel insurance from a provider like Safety Wing Nomad Insurance. So the great thing about Safety Wing Nomad Insurance is it's really quick to get. It only takes 5 minutes. There's no pre-approval needed, and you can get it the day you fly out or during your trip. It covers travel delay, trip interruption, and lost luggage as well. Safety Wing Nomad Travel Medical Insurance will cover a medical expense up to $250,000. And it's good for over 180 countries. Check out the link in the video description below to find out more about Safety Wing Nomad Travel Medical Insurance. I can't leave Namo without trying some of their famous dishes that locals love, including fish salad. I've had just a great experience in Namo Village. The visit was just nothing more than real, and it's not like a popular tourist site that you'll see in Vietnam, where they create all these types of atmospheres to please you. You know, they adjust things to make it more appealing to a foreigner. This is just what it is, and that's why I like it so much. Now, we're at a very famous restaurant here that's just outside of the gate to the village, and the village itself is famous for the fish sauce, and the delicacies here, one of the most famous ones is the fish salad, and this place is very famous for their fish salad. And we've ordered some fish salad, and we also ordered some jellyfish salad as well, or some jellyfish. So the fish salad basically consists of a rice paper creation. So you take the piece of rice paper, you put the vegetables in it, which includes like salad and herbs, green banana, cucumber, and once you have it all rolled together with the fish, then you dip it in this sauce, which is made of peanut sauce, sesames, and chili pepper, and of course the famous Namo Village fish sauce, and a little bit of tapioca starch to thicken it all up and make it nice and smooth. So I'm going to try some right now. You know, that is so good. It's so nice to try local dishes, because no matter what city you are in Vietnam, they're going to offer some specialties from different parts of the country, but it never tastes the same as the original source of the recipe, like I'm having here right now.
Many people who visit Vietnam will want to see the whole country, whether it be in a north to south direction or south to north. Everyone who seeks this adventure will want the Hai Van Pass to be a part of their story. Locals know this, and almost anyone Vietnamese who visits Danang will at some point want to be a cloud hunter and seek the high altitude and thrilling switchbacks on the highway of the Hai Van Pass. Even once BBC host of the Top Gear show Jeremy Clarkson made it his story in 2008. This highway has it all: amazing ocean views, landscape, light traffic most of the time, and some historic relics on the most exciting route that connects the towns of Danang and Hoi An with the old imperial capital of Hue. Make some coffee stops, take your time, and enjoy the journey as much, if not more, than your destination. Getting to the Hai Van Pass is very easy, either by renting a motorbike and doing a self-drive, or taking an easy rider tour on the back of one of their drivers' bikes. Tours can last the whole day and return you back to your hotel in Danang or Hoi An late that afternoon or early evening. In my opinion, a self-drive or bike tour is the only way to experience this magnificent route. Since that gift to the Viet princess from the Cham king we learned about from Mr. Phu in Namo village, the Hai Van Pass acted as the border between Dai Viet and Champa. Now it's the border dividing Danang and Hue province. Today, you can still see the ancient gate that was one of the border crossings between the two kingdoms. During the Vietnamese-American War, the Hai Van Pass was called the Street Without Joy because it connected Danang and Hue, two of the most devastated cities at the time. There are a series of tourist cafes here, making for a convenient stop, or you can check out this dramatic viewpoint.
So visiting the Hai Van Pass is not just about the destination. Obviously, really, a lot of the thrills and excitement of this trip is the ride. And if you can do it on motorbike, all the better. Now, there's lots of cafes right at the top, as you saw in the video, but we've come back down right at this little hairpin turn here on this thrilling switchback up to the top for fantastic views and just to see the excitement and joy that people get by riding up here.
Okay, maybe these people traveling behind this fuel truck aren't having the most thrilling ride. Fuel trucks are not permitted to use the tunnel route and must use the Hai Van Pass.
So as you can see by the perspective here, we're on our own. That's why I love this little hairpin turn stop here for the cafe, and just some amazing views of Danang Bay, where in the future they're going to build another deep sea port, and over this way, the beach area, Mike Beach area, and the peninsula.
We're hanging out at the spectacular Son Tra Peninsula for our next stop. The peaceful Bai Da, or rocky beach on the Son Tra Peninsula, is a favorite place for locals or Vietnamese tourists. After checking out the beach, we'll visit the Instagram-friendly Santorini-inspired Son Tra Marina for some refreshments. Just over 15 minutes from Mike Beach by motorbike, Bai Da, or Rocky Beach, is a destination many locals like to visit on the beautiful Son Tra Peninsula, either as a day trip or as an overnight or weekend camping trip. There are signs at the entrance to the parking lot of Rocky Beach. It's approximately 4 kilometers or 7 minutes by motorbike east of the Lady Buddha and Ling Ung Pagoda. When we visited, there was no charge for parking or entrance to the beach. A short and easy trail from the parking lot takes you to the beach. Its name couldn't be more descriptive of the nature of this strip of coastline. A landscape of rocks and boulders with a few patches of sand, this is best for recreation, not necessarily sunbathing, although you can, but you can swim without the sound of lifeguard whistles and enjoy snorkeling or even bouldering if you're up for it. Locals love fishing here either by net or with a rod.
So this is Bai Da, or Rocky Beach here on the Son Tra Peninsula, and it's definitely a place where mostly locals like to come. We did see a foreign couple here this morning, but mostly locals come here. They spend multiple days here. There's pads for camping, for setting up tents. They love to fish here and do all kinds of water sports like stand-up paddleboard, and you can see the jet skis, and just have a good time and enjoy this amazing lifestyle here on Son Tra Peninsula.
I loved climbing around on the rocks. I can just picture a perfect late afternoon of food, either a barbecue or some self-catering, while enjoying a beautiful sunset view. A stop at the Sencha Marina and its Mediterranean or Santorini-inspired architecture isn't exactly a Vietnamese cultural experience, but it does attract a lot of foreigners and locals looking for that trophy selfie and drinks and food in a fantasy-like setting with expansive views of the Mike beach strip. Let's move to the city for the next place that locals like to see and visit, and that's the Cone Market in the commercial center of Danang. As Vietnam's economy grows and more people are demanding convenience that modern supermarkets offer, traditional markets are still the go-to place for many Vietnamese to stock shelves, buy clothes and household goods, and pick up fresh food daily. Danang's Cone Market was built in 1940. Cone means higher place, named for the hill it was built on. Many local news sources reported that after COVID, Vietnamese became more interested in sustainability and open to buying used clothing to save money.
So this big hall here in the market is where they sell used clothing, and if you come here in the afternoon, it's absolutely a madhouse, as you'll see.
The thrifting craze has spread across the country, especially in cities like Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, and Haiphong, and of course here in Danang. Don't be surprised to find hardware supplies right next to a stall selling dried squid and other products that Vietnamese purchase to take back home after their vacation in Danang. On the second floor, you'll find a massive selection of textiles suitable for making everything from shirts and suits to traditional ao dai dress for women. All of these shops can tailor clothes for you at very reasonable prices.
Uh, 193 centimeters. 193.
The selection of local delicacies is extensive, and many dishes start at only 20,000 dong. I'm hungry, so it's time to get something to eat.
So we found a vegetarian stall here in the food hall, And this time of day it's not super busy, so it's kind of nice. Not as crazy as the outside outdoor food snack corner there. And this is just a mix of just regular noodles and I think rice noodles and just some different veggie type things, and looks great. And it's 20,000 for a bowl of this. Delicious. By the way, these guys here are just so helpful, the local people just helping me with getting the dish and that. Oh yeah.
The Han Market next to the Han River is a popular tourist attraction for foreigners. But don't miss the Cone Market for a glimpse into what Vietnamese buy and eat every day and how they transact business. We're going to new heights on our last stop. In fact, Dinh Ban Co, or Board Peak, is sometimes referred to as the roof of Danang, located on Son Tra Peninsula. Dinh Ban Co is approximately a 17-kilometer drive from My Khe Beach, or about 30 minutes by motorbike. If you self-drive on a motorbike, remember automatic motorbikes are not allowed past the security gate to the top. So either rent a semi-automatic bike or be prepared to park your automatic bike at the gate and hike the rest of the way, which could be exhausting if you're hiking in the midday under the sun. Sometimes the guards will have semi-automatic bikes you can rent. This is the home of the rare red-shanked Duck Langur, one of the last refuges being Son Tra Peninsula. This species of langur has brought international attention to Danang. We didn't spot any of the queen of primates on our trip, but we did run into some macaques who were definitely on the shy side. Quick stop at the security gate and a change of bikes, and we are back on the road. This makes for a convenient stop a few minutes past the gate before we head to the peak.
So we had to stop at the security gate below because we have an automatic bike, and automatic bikes are not allowed to go past that gate. It's a safety concern because if our brakes fail, we have no way of slowing the bike down. And some people have met their death because of that before up here. So no automatic bikes past the gate, but they did have a semi-automatic that we could rent. We had to pay $100,000, and we can use it for as long as we want while we're up top here.
This is a great spot to enjoy spectacular views of Da Nang Bay and North To Hue Province. The Son Tra Peninsula is considered the green lungs of Danang and Quang Province. We are in the final stretch to arguably the best view in Danang, Board Peak. You'll understand why they called it Board Peak when we get there. I don't want to ruin the surprise. On the way, you'll see the radar station built by the American forces in 1965. It's known as the Eye of the God of Indochina. The radar has a radius of 300 kilometers, and the wave scan range can cover from Indochina to Hong Kong to Hainan, China. Due to landslides, the route from here was closed, so a circle around Son Tra was not possible at the time of filming. This is where young Vietnamese hunt sunrises and enjoy sunsets too. But try to leave before the sun drops completely, as there are no lights on the road at night.
Well, I'm literally on top of the world here, at least on top of the world of Danang. And I think you're really missing out if at some point during your stay you don't come up here and have a quick little look, because it's absolutely stunning. And just to see the context of Danang and where it sits within the geography of central Vietnam, this absolutely amazing place.
Oh, and the reason why it's called Board Peak? It is believed a couple of deities were playing chess here for many days until one day one of them became distracted and lost the game. The deity then threw the board into the sea. This carving honors that match, and to this day, Dudek still ponders his next move. Hey, I totally understand. When you're up here, you feel like you've got all the time in the world.
Well, I had such a great time making this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was so much fun to get out of the city, with the exception of Cone Market, and just see some really unique places and beautiful landscape here in central Vietnam. If you enjoyed the video, and I hope you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos from Vietnam, East Asia, and Southeast Asia. Thank you again. Peace, love, and safe travels. This is John Sabo from Namo Village, Danang, Vietnam.